Good day, everyone. Today we will have our second to the last topic this semester, creative nonfiction and drama. So our task for today is to identify the elements of drama which are useful and essential in reading and writing creative nonfiction. Let us recall our previous discussion. In poetry, the use of concrete and evocative details is one strategy that you can adopt in writing your own creative nonfiction text, while in fiction, it's utilizing the combined elements of such a genre to create your own narrative or other subgenres of creative nonfiction. So similar to what we did in poetry and fiction, as compared to creative nonfiction, we will also identify elements and strategies in writing drama and incorporate them in writing creative nonfiction genres, like, for example, a travelogue, which is your performance task number three. But before we go on further, let us first define drama. A drama or a play is a script that is meant to the stage. Therefore, it requires action. Guys, you have to remember that the key to a good creative nonfiction is dramatic writing, and the key to dramatic writing is action. Where there are actions, there will be scenes. And you should make your readers feel as if the events are happening before their very eyes. It should therefore contain realistic and descriptive imagery. So depending on the text, action may be required in the beginning paragraph. So it depends on your style. If you want to put the action at the beginning or probably in the middle, depends on how you want your story to unfold. But since we want to incorporate dramatic writing in our creative nonfiction text, it is therefore advice that we have to forget the slow start, the warm up, and the build up because most modern readers do not have much time to spare. Okay, look at this example. This example has a slow start. Why did we say that? Okay, no action involved. This particular paragraph only shows the setting of the story, particularly the place as to where the story happens. It's in Nagrebakan, and in that place, there was a fine bluish mist flow over the tobacco fields, lifting and thinning moment by moment. So you can imagine the place as to where the story is going to happen. Aside from that, there was also a ragged strip of mist pulled away by the morning breeze, being caught on the clumps of bamboo along the banks of the stream that flowed to one side of the barrio. So if you encounter a story, a narrative close to this, that starts with this, the setting, the exposition part of the story, then that is making use of a slow start. But this is one option. You have another option, and that is to make use of dramatic writing, which involves action. So you want to start your narrative in an action, then that is also possible. Here is one example of a paragraph, of a beginning paragraph that starts with action. Okay, look at the underlined line. We heard what seemed like a spectacle of gunfire from a nearby mountain, and this is just the beginning paragraph. Unknowingly, the forest was on fire, and we were right in the middle of the blaze. As also being said in the paragraph, okay, the guy told us the sound came from burning bamboo stands. So that was the gunfire, the spectacle of gunfire that they heard while they were walking along a forest trail sometime in March. Okay, so the setting was already mentioned in this paragraph, in this beginning paragraph, the place, the date, but aside from that, there was an action going on. You might ask, ma'am, can we still make use of the slow start as our beginning paragraph? And the answer is yes. You have two options. You may start your article with a slow start with exposition, or you may opt for this, the one that makes use of dramatic writing, which emphasizes on the action. Just remember, in choosing your style in your beginning paragraph, it depends on the content. It depends on the material that you are creating. Always remember that. Now let's move on to the next element of drama that you can incorporate in your creative nonfiction text, and that would be the use of dialogue. When you say dialogue, it refers to the verbal exchange between the characters. And as they say, a good dialogue will give us more information about the character as well as more exposition. Okay, and that can be seen in dramatic characterization. Okay, um, the words uttered by the characters tell more about him or his personality. Moreover, dialogue should be brief because that is how exchanges are in real life. So, as they say, the scene becomes more interesting and animated with the use of the dialogue. So, imagine your narratives, aside from being action packed, aside from all the other details you're in, you inject dialogues as parts of your narrative or as a part of your narrative. So that would make it more believable and realistic. Just make sure that your dialogues are based on conversations in the real world. So to summarize, the the commonality between drama and creative nonfiction would be dramatic writing, which means that you make use of action, okay, in your beginning paragraph, and of course, dialogues. This is an example of a narrative that makes use of dramatic writing, and it's entitled Oblivious, written by one of my students 3 years ago. So the first paragraph employed dramatic writing. As you can see, it involves action at once, and the other two lines that are in red print show dialogues within the article. So let me read the first paragraph. With the flashlight bold and swift, I had stormed out of the room, bearing the signs of an everyday struggle. 10 seconds. Counting 10 seconds was roughly nowhere out of reach. So as you can see, the first line per se shows an action. And then the other two lines that are in red show the dialogues in the narrative. Okay. And then yeah, the dialogues, unlike in a script, the dialogues in narratives should be included in quotation marks. Let us recall. So the element in poetry that we're going to incorporate in our creative nonfiction text would be the use of concrete and evocative details. In fiction, it will be the use of the element of story. And for drama, employing dramatic writing and dialogue in our creative nonfiction text. Okay, that ends my lecture for today. Have a good day.